Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk news. I'm Ollie Davis and oh my god, stop the press, shut the fridge, hold the door, Hodor! The big WWE return we've all been waiting for has finally been announced after 127 days of agonizing anticipation. Emelina will be appearing on next week's episode of Raw. Emma's re-debut was announced on last night's show, but as we've learnt before, WWE announcing something's going to happen doesn't necessarily mean said announced thing will. Emelina was last announced to re-debut on the 12th of December episode and was even being hyped on that night's pre-show. But Raw ran out of time and she was bumped yet again. Dave Meltzer has described the continued delays as a running joke backstage, which probably means after months and months of Emelina being teased as the physical manifestation of me procrastinating on Instagram, she'll come out with the Funkasaurus gimmick. She'll take the hit, so Samoa Joe didn't have to. You've probably started shouting at this video by now, feeling cheated by the title, huge WWE star returning soon. Emelina isn't a huge return. What fresh clickbait hell is this? Emelina is just one of the huge WWE returning stars. The other is, of course, Tajiri! The Japanese buzzsaw suffered an elbow injury just a few weeks after his debut on 205 Live. PW Insider are reporting that he's been medically cleared to return and was backstage at last night's Raw. As great as Tajiri is, he's not the titular huge WWE star either. Ha ha ha, titular. According to Dave Meltzer on Twitter, Hulk Hogan will be returning to WWE sooner than later. WWE terminated their contract with Hogan in July 2015 when racist comments he'd made in a sex tape were made public. In typical North Korea PR style, typical WWE PR style, Hogan was effectively erased from their history books. To this day, the Hulkster's Hall of Fame profile isn't on their site, and he has no merchandise on WWE Shop. While Hogan still has practically zero presence on WWE.com, his name has been mentioned occasionally and his image used in promo videos intermittently over the last few months. The speculation is that WWE are subconsciously planting the seeds for his return in their audience's minds. Speculation that was seemingly proved correct back in November when Hulk's daughter Brooke Hogan said to TMZ, "I'll just say I know that people have been calling him for WrestleMania." Hogan later denied this, but then again, this is the same man who claimed to have once wrestled 400 days in a year. And as another bonus huge WWE star returning soon update, Meltzer also revealed on Twitter that Finn Balor is expected back soon. Kurt Angle's WWE return was announced on the 16th of January episode of Raw, although only in a Hall of Fame capacity, where he'll be joined by Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express as announced on last night's episode of Raw. Going by the Olympic Heroes comments to Busted Open Radio, however, a strictly Hall of Fame contract might not be for long. I'm not done wrestling. I don't feel like I've had the proper goodbye yet. Triple H and I did not have a discussion about wrestling after WrestleMania yet. Do I think it will happen? Yes. Do I know for sure? No. But who should Kurt's big WWE return match be against? Who? In an interview with Pro Wrestling Stories, Angle hedged his bets, citing half the WWE roster as potential opponents. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, Triple H, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Rusev, and I know this is going to be a little bit of a surprise, but I really like Roman Reigns. I think he's going to win the fans over eventually. It's only a matter of time. Speaking of fresh opponents, Shane McMahon hyped the huge SmackDown Live match tonight. John Cena versus Randy Orton for the first time ever. As was pointed out by many in reply to that tweet, it might be the first time ever on the new incarnation of SmackDown, but that sure doesn't make it any less stale. Fight for ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Who would you like to see Kurt Angle face in a WWE return match? Tell me how this is suspiciously coming the same time as Hulk Hogan's rumoured return in the comments below. If you want to watch my review of this week's episode of Raw, or find out why Roman Reigns was the number 30 entrant at the Royal Rumble, click the videos to the left and subscribe. I've been Ollie Davis and that was wrestling.